Hey folks, rinimt here, and welcome back to Ceiba. It's been almost a year. I've only vaguely recall what was going on, but we are going to dive into it, and we are within this wardroom. Maybe getting food. I think we're getting food. Our little corner in the wardroom is almost empty again. Could it be that the rest of the crew have their meals at other hours? All the better for me, no one blocking the view from the window. Clouds look particularly beautiful today. Well, not unlike they do any other day. In old times, humans used to navigate Earth's atmosphere in primitive airships suspended on cables beneath giant air balloons filled with lifting gas. Come to think of it, that's pretty much what the Ailanthus is. It's hard to believe that years ago this wooden nest was speeding through the cosmic vacuum surrounded by her glowing force fields. Looks say these ancient balloon ships felt perfectly still for a passenger. The gondola was carried along by the wind and you could never feel it move. Instead, the world around you was moving. Strangely, the Ailanthus is not that way at all. She creaks, she grunts, she moves from thick ribs covered with furrowed bark. She sways a bit too. I'm so used to the rocking, I barely notice it at all. Only on a rare occasion, I catch a glimpse of something abnormal. A drip of water suddenly sliding towards the edge of a table on its own, a shifted oval-shaped tea surface inside a teacup. Like a glitch, a hallucination, a short circuit in my brain. What would happen to me if I stepped onto the surface of Mental? Would I feel dizzy? Would the ground beneath me shake? Would my legs give out on me? Yeah, right, like I have a chance of getting there. She's here again today. I glance at my porridge. Well, would you look at this? Wheat germ, 2 days in a row. Lucky me. Sluggish thoughts are swirling around in my head that feels already too heavy after conversation with Yoli. I probably should come up to her. I made a promise. Wait, did I? Well, I tried to recall yesterday's afternoon. My feet bring me closer to Miri. Jumping peanuts, my own brain has just betrayed me. Hey, that porridge again, as you can see. Hello, Ain. Well, she remembered my name. That's a good start. Look what I've come to, getting all excited over something so small with my heart overjoyed. I just found out you work at the engine room, Sabu told me. She approached you. Oh. Yeah, I see I'm not the first one she had to talk to. Now it makes sense why Miri's always alone. My competitors were talked to as well. Sometimes friendship blooms into uncommon forms. Making friends with your superior may be good for your career, but is bad for your mental health. Yeah. And that's it. We're out of topics to talk about. I say holding a conversation is like playing catch. Sometimes the ball can be really heavy. In Yoli's case, it is also spiky. But this is the first time I meet a partner who would just take every ball I throw into their pocket. I met a partner. Then why do I keep coming up to her? Probably just trying to conquer an unsociable girl to compensate for my unfulfilled ambition of conquering Mental. Using up all of my challenge resolving potential on her. Yeah. Clever theory, and very clever. If only there were any use to it. You should save some of those smarts for conquering bacteria in the lab. Miri, have you ever thought that since symbiotes are part of our bodies and their plants, it's like the Ailanthus is made of our flesh? Well, we are partly plants, right? Right. The Ailanthus is a plant, right? Not exactly, but go on. Ha, you're an engineer, so you're privy to some details I don't know. We have mineral equipment too, which makes the Ailanthus only partly plant. But do keep going. Well, we're partly plants, the Ailanthus is partly a plant. According to formal logic, the Ailanthus is partly us. We're surrounded by walls made of our own flesh. Miri stares right at me, then suddenly she bursts out laughing. I nearly flinch from the unexpected outpouring of emotion. Did you spend the whole day coming up with that one? I did not. It's not that funny, really. You biochemists have a peculiar sense of humor. telling you, it wasn't that funny. Wait, how do you know my occupation? Sabu told me. So you two were talking about me, huh? Nice to know. Not really. Okay, now we have to even out this irrational imbalance between us. Tell me about your work. For a brief moment, a blank, apathetic expression passes over Miri's face. She's much like a flower that closes its petals at night. My work. I do the listening. No wonder, with ears like hers, she must be a natural. Lucky for me, I've already been smelling, so I don't have to choke on my porridge to cover my mouth. What do you listen to? The engines? Machinery? That too. I listen to Earth, to space, retinal. Now this is interesting. So what does Earth say? Not much. It's fragments of pre-recorded automatic messages with technical information. We can't have actual conversations with them at this distance, of course. What about space? Whispering like leaves in the wind, as always. Million voices of million stars, yet not a single one that would make sense. If you listen closely to this chaos for too long, you hear everything. Sounds of rain, crunch of sand under your feet, music, voices. It's almost as if a whole different girl has suddenly appeared before me. Talkative, effulgent, passionate about what she does. Even her face has changed. It still looks like hers, but now there is a kind of soft pink glow to it, radiating from within. This is the girl I've been imagining in my foolish dreams. This was worth the risk of getting into trouble with Sabu. Sometimes I wonder if I've been listening to the pulsing thread of quasars for too long and lost my mind eventually. It's okay, this boring mission could use some madness. Ha! That's an unpopular opinion to say the least. What makes you think so? I want to be a madman. I want a whole squad of madmen, because only an absolute psycho would dare to go down there into those darned ruins and come back alive. How strange! And here I thought biochemists only like being cooped up in their laboratory for ages. Please don't remind me. What makes you say you lost your mind? For a few moments, Miri is silent. She looks off into the distance, maybe watching some crewmates passing behind my back or observing another cotton flower of clouds blooming outside the window. As though she's listening out for something I can't hear. After all, you approached me at your own will, right? In spite of Sabu being able to strangle you one-handed. Well, she wouldn't really go that far, would she? I lost my mind because I think I can hear Methanol. Not quite following. Didn't you just say? I can hear a signal from the ruins, a voice calling out to me, speaking to me. What? It's a great discovery! It's what we have all been waiting for. This means the ruins aren't empty. This means someone or something in there is trying to make contact. It's a human voice. The stems of thoughts inside my head groan as they strain, taking a different direction of growth. Okay, so apparently this has to be an advanced civilization. They have no problem talking to us in their language to minimize misunderstandings. No, you don't understand. It's not our artifact language. Methanol speaks the language of our masters. People of Earth. Whoa, I mean, you do sound crazy, even more than I expected. That's simply not possible. A spoon she's been clutching in her fist starts to shake like a knife ready to cut into my throat. Exactly! No one even wants to hear about it. Sabu says it's just a reflected signal from Earth. The rest think I'm a weirdo who got brain damage from my headset being too tight. I'm so sick of this polite, pathetic attitude, this cautious and condescending manner in which they treat me instead of taking me seriously. But I know I'm right. No one on Atlantis is more experienced in radio astronomy than me. I could tell a reflected signal coming from deep space from a signal coming from right under our feet with both my ears stuffed with carrots. I try to look serious and nod while chasing away the image of Miri with carrots sticking out of her ears that has risen vividly in my mind. You're just like everyone else. You don't believe me. I really want to believe. I want to believe in this chance even more than I want to be with you. I would kill for the slightest opportunity to unravel the mystery of those darned Metnolians. I hope Miri cannot hear our thoughts. But I need information. What does the voice say? I can't make it out. It's definitely one of the many human languages, but which exactly? Can't the onboard computer parse and process human speech? Onboard computer? We have no computer. In fact, the thing you call Aeolanthes' server isn't any more complex than a digital journal. What? You said so yourself. We could use some madness. There are plenty of things that we don't have. Like, for instance, this mission has no objective. How's that? Miri is speaking so quietly that her voice drops into a whisper. I can barely hear her. The more she lowers her voice, the closer I lean over to her, trying to catch every word. The log records start with the awakening of the first artifacts. No explanation as to why we're here. They're trying to keep it a secret, obviously. Holy gooseberries, how do you know this? An unofficial officer tried to hit on me once until Sabu had to talk to him. I looked around anxiously, feeling like a conspirator. The cozy wardroom, built like a giant calyx with its shape resembling a Visalis lantern, now feels like a closed trap. Nonsense. Rubbish. Miri sounds so confident because she really is insane. Her unhealthy, pathological conviction must be getting to me because there is no way I could actually believe. Lucky you, by sheer coincidence, the Aeolanthes' chief specialist in reading and listening to human books in different languages is here, right in front of you. Books that seem to be aplenty on the Aeolanthes for some reason. Yet another part of the mystery, a thread of the conspiracy. No, even in madness, one should know the limits. So you do believe me? And do you really believe me? Why shouldn't I? You hear the voices of our masters on Earth from the extraterrestrial ruins that are so incomprehensible and alien we can't even begin to explore them. How is that any weird? How is that any weird? We'll go with it. Could happen to anyone. I mean, I hear voices of bacteria. Really? What do they say? Ceiba Let! Yoli forces us to reproduce an acidic substrate while she watches. My attempt to speak in a tiny voice makes me choke a little, so the last words of the bacteria come out as a hoarse whisper. Miri and I laugh simultaneously. Look at us, just a regular boy and girl enjoying each other's company. It's a nice thing to experience, even if for a brief moment. Are you free right now? If you have time, could you listen to that recording? Sure. That's... Yes, sure. Of course. Yes. Yes, sure, of course. Yoli's gonna kill me. The engine room turns out to be a rather serene place. No giant glowing fungi or spooky caverns filled with foxfire, no loud clinking or foul odor. Not sure why I even expected all that. After all, biological hydrogen production is a quite and subtle process. Without a sound, green algae split the water from the atmosphere into hydrogen and oxygen. The hydrogen makes it stay in the upper atmosphere. The oxygen is used for breathing. So simple and clean is the way that you make me feel tonight. Wait, wrong game. All peace and quiet until a stray spark forms under the hydrogen storage system, and then... boom. No wonder Sabu's such a tyrant and control freak. What if your superior catches us here? She's taken root in the power greenhouse. The latest storm had battered us quite severely. The underground electrodes got damaged. And it's not like we're doing anything indecent here. You have a right to be in this place. Good, you tell her that because she said she'd squeeze vegetable oil out of me. I doubt she can do that. I won't stop her from trying. Not doing anything indecent, huh? That's not how I feel in my heart. We're alone here, just the two of us, not just poking at our porridge, but doing something mysterious and perhaps even dangerous. She looks so different, so alive. Could it be that me saying I believe her had such an impact on her? Miri comes over to a calyx chair beside the desk and taps some keys on the control panel. Listen carefully. The sound quality is terrible. The dense clouds absorb radio waves. Moreover, they create irregularities in atmospheric layers, which also cause distortions. Anyway, just listen. Room fills with scratching and crackling, and through the sack I can barely hear a coarse, choppy voice. What is it? What are they saying? Shh. Strain my ears, trying to catch every sound. However, the recording cuts out in the same abrupt way it started. Well? I don't know where to start. They'll believe you even less now. Why? What is it? It really is a message recorded in the human language. Russian, to be exact. But they're not just trying to make contact. They're talking about some catastrophe, about time running out. I think they're asking for help. Room falls silent. We stare at each other without saying a word. What's going on inside Miri's head? I can only guess. As for me, I'm breaking out in cold sweat. This really is a reflected signal from Earth? Then what in the universe happened there? Just how bad was it that they resorted to calling on a research mission lost in deep space? We must help them. What? No. How? Whom? I could grow a radio-sensitive vine. How could it possibly help? You said yourself that the signal gets lost in the clouds. You're supposed to just float through the acid clouds on a dandelion seed parachute, listening out for better reception. It even sounds like something from a foolish fairy tale for kids. You are right. I did mention distortions and absorption, so we'll have to eliminate them. We must get under the clouds, straight to the ruins of Metnal. My heart skips a beat or two. The girl I like is proposing me the very thing I desire. Getting down to business, the real one. No more traces of maybe bacteria, maybe not, in pieces of rocks. Yet for some reason I don't feel the excitement I have been dreaming of. No. Don't you know how it is down there? And what if it really is a signal from Earth reflected by Metnal? We will know that right away and get back. I could make dozens of arguments, talk myself hoarse, but she wouldn't listen. She'll just close up her petals again. The bright, vivacious girl who just came out of her shell for a short while will disappear. Maybe she doesn't actually mean it. Maybe she's just saying things she's supposed to say in this kind of situation. We need to help. We need to show kindness for those in peril. Being curious about a strange signal coming from the planet is the only connection we share. Maybe she just doesn't want to lose this connection? Maybe she doesn't want to lose me? Daydreaming again, stupid Ein. We don't have to make haste. We could talk Yoli into it, gain support among our crewmates, approach the officers all together. That could be by Miri's side all this time. Or I could go insane along with her, believe it all, consent to it all, risk it all. Go insane, take it slow. Let's go insane. Okay. Trying to convince myself I'm up for some madness. And I think it's working. Obviously, we still need to get prepared, think it out, make a plan. No. She shakes her head so fiercely that the tips of her ears draw a sinuous shape in the air. For a split second, it looks like they defy physics and intersect themselves. There is no time for this. My own determination and self-trust are fading with each passing day. I'm not even talking about you. Will you still believe in my sanity tomorrow morning? You wake up, recall this conversation, say that big-eared girl is seriously sick in the head. She needs some fresh air. I know it. I've been through this before. The dryness of her words could kill a cactus. How do I heal these wounds from other people's distrust? What can I say to make her see my commitment? When it comes to this, the only thing you can do is prove it. Tomorrow morning, huh? Indeed. What seems to be a good idea today often turns into utter garbage overnight. So, I'm getting started right now. We can't leave a single chance to this tomorrow. Me too! I'll start growing the radio-sensitive vine immediately. It will take a while, so... me? Try to figure out how to get down to the ruins. Thank you. You have no idea how important this is to me. She hurriedly pushes me out of the engine room, almost crudely if not for the softness of her hands. Before it's my turn to shake my head, we'll call it good there. We'll keep these a little shorter. Keep up the mystery. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider tossing a like, comment, subscribe, maybe click the bell for notifications. Also be sure to check out the description below. Various links, social media, Discord, come hang out, get notifications there as well. And until next time, this is rinimt signing out. Bye!